Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 19 at 6. I'm Rachel Ripp, and we are starting this evening with some breaking news out of Cayce. Just hours ago, we learned that the city of Cayce has issued a voluntary evacuation order for the Riverland Park neighborhood. Here is a live look now at that scene. You can see those flooded waters, that street there. You can see even in the back behind that sign, that water rushing behind it, where that sign says the speed limit is 45. Now today in a Facebook post, Cayce's Mayor Elise Parton told residents that floodwaters are rising quickly in this area of Riverland Park. She says that right now the boat landing and Riverwalk are underwater. She says the city is working with churches to find locations for people who need a place to stay. News 19 was in Cayce today and spoke with some residents.
My wife, she think we should wait and see, but I'm saying the guy told me when he came through, he told me it's going to be worse than 2015, and 2015 was pretty rough. So I think it's time to go.
Yeah, right now we're just getting things ready and packing some to-go bags just in case and getting our affairs in order. And so if some things change rapidly and we need to leave, then we'll do that. So that's kind of the plan for right now.
And the city of Cayce says that if you are looking for information or you have questions, you can call their non-emergency line at the number on your screen. That number is 803-794-0456. You can also find all of this information on our website, WLTX.com. And again, if you live in this area and decide to voluntarily evacuate, do not wait until the last minute to do so. Start that process now. Now, as we just said, rivers and lakes here in the Midlands are beginning to overflow given all of that rain we got during Helene. According to the National Water Prediction Service, these rivers and creeks in our area are seeing riverbank flooding, and these levels won't reach moderate flood stages until Wednesday or Thursday of this upcoming week. With that being said, we do have the Congaree River Keeper on the phone with us now, Bill Stangler. Bill, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So my first question for you is, we're seeing some areas like Cayce starting these voluntary evacuations. What do residents who live by rivers and lakes need to know right now?
Yeah, so certainly the first thing is, are you at an area that's at risk? So pay attention when you're hearing things like Riverland Park neighborhood, and think about, did you experience flooding during 2015 or maybe February of 2020? Let you know if you're in an at-risk area.
Fair. Now, why are we seeing these water levels rising today and not, say, a few days ago when the storm hit us?
Sure. So we got a lot of rain a couple days ago, but that rain that fell in the upstate of South Carolina and in the North Carolina mountains takes some time to work its way down the watershed, and it's getting here to us in Columbia at the confluence of the Broad and Saluda right now.
Okay, so it's coming from North Carolina, coming down to South Carolina, and that's why we're seeing all of those floodwaters, correct?
Yeah, so this is all that rain that fell in parts of western North Carolina and parts of Greenville a couple days ago.
Okay. Now, I've been hearing a lot of talk about these water levels being about as high as they were during the 2015 flood. Is that accurate?
So I think there's an important note to make there. While the river is going to likely crest near or possibly over that 2015 level, this is a different type of flooding than what we saw in 2015. So we saw a lot of creek flooding because of excessive local rainfall in 2015. What we're seeing here is primarily river flooding. So areas that experienced flooding in 2015 may not see the same impacts, but areas along the river that experienced flooding, they should definitely be paying close attention.
Okay. Now, how do our emergency management officials mitigate some of this river flooding, or can they?
So, right now, a lot of the efforts got to be put in communicating with residents, letting them know, hey, this is a time to maybe have to leave or have you prepared for it. But we're going to see these impacts happen over the next 24 hours here. So the plans that hopefully have been in place, this is the time to start enacting them.
So you said over the next 24 hours. So how long will it be until we're completely out of this?
So the latest forecast has the river cresting sometime tomorrow. and that may fluctuate a little bit depending on upstream dam operations and things. But hopefully the river will start going down in the next day or so, and then it'll still be a little high for a while, but certainly at safer levels in a few days.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time and for this important information. It's all critical information that we can get out there to our viewers in Cayce and in the surrounding area. So we appreciate it, Bill.
Thank you.
Now, we are talking about all of this water, rivers overflowing. So what should you do if you come across these floodwaters? Do not drive through it. Be sure to turn around. In just 6 inches of water, your car can lose control and stall. If the water reaches 1 foot, your car can float. And if it reaches 2 feet, it can carry most cars away. So again, do not drive through any of this standing floodwater that you're seeing. Well, within the last 30 minutes or so, South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster wrapped up a media briefing about the storm's impacts. This is the second press conference he's had today, with the first being in Aiken, the second in Greenville. Now, during the conference in Aiken, the governor confirmed that 25 people have now died in the state due to the impacts of Helene. He also urged people to be safe and be patient as crews work to restore power.
Be careful of electrical wires running under downed trees and limbs, and don't go out there if there's any chance that there's any sort of wire running under that debris, because you can get shocked and die. And that is the reason that it's taken us a while to get these things, get the debris out of the way, and that is the chainsaws cannot go in until the electricity is turned off by the power company. Now, the power companies are working around the clock. We have thousands of people out all over the state.
Now, McMaster also announced he has asked both the state and the National Guard to call in all available personnel to help the cleanup. He added that the state is working on a website for people to get information on damaged roads and to find fuel.
Meteorologist Brianna Mallory. We're still tracking the impacts of Helene, but today we had a very warm day. Those official readings have not come in yet, but we were above that average of 82 degrees, and we're going to continue to see that above average trend over the next several days. Temperatures out there right now in the low 80s, upper 70s for some. Still not getting some of those temperature readings in Winsboro, Newberry, or Aiken due to outages, but we are seeing the low 80s across the rest of the Midlands, mid 80s in Sumter, upper 70s in Saluda. So we are seeing temperatures beginning to cool down for the night. What we're seeing out there right now, mostly clear skies, a little bit of cloud cover, and within that cloud cover we're seeing a few isolated showers. Very light, very quick. They're not going to last very long, no more than just a light drizzle or so before it moves out, so not causing any major issues. Looking at the forecast ahead of us, we are going to see a few isolated showers trying to hold together through the night, but that's going to stick around through the overnight hours. Going into tomorrow morning, we will see a break in that and stay dry as we start our early Monday morning, but quickly more isolated showers try to move in, and this will be the case through the day on Monday. We will see that cloud cover holding in and isolated showers trying to move through in the afternoon hours. Tonight, temperature is going to fall into the upper 60s by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. Mostly clear skies. Looking at those low temperatures, 69 for most of the Midlands, 67 across Winsboro, Newberry, and Saluda, 68 Camden, Bishopville, and looking at 69 or 70 for a lot of the rest of us. Looking at tomorrow, we have that chance for some isolated PM storms. We'll see that temperatures rising into the mid to upper 80s, so another hot day expected tomorrow. We also have several river flood warnings out there for the Inouye, Saluda, Wateree, Congaree, and North Fork Edisto rivers, and we are continuing to track this as these river levels continue to rise, but we are also turning our attention toward the tropics in the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. We have about a 50% chance of development in this area over the next 7 days, so it is something we are going to watch and see how this develops, and we'll bring you the latest forecast track when that becomes available, but it will be a while before we see any of that, if anything is to develop. So for the next 7 days, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, isolated storms tomorrow, but we are going to stay drier for Tuesday, mostly sunny skies. Sunshine moving through for the rest of the week. Partly cloudy skies fill back in for the end of the week. Temperatures going to fall in the low 80s by the end of the week, upper 70s by Sunday, and we have issued a weather impact alert day for tomorrow and Tuesday because of rising river and lake levels.
Well, like we have been saying, there are still people that are without power. They're going on maybe day 2, day 3 of being without power, many people across the state. So here's a look at the latest outage updates from poweroutage.us. As of now, over 800,000 people are still in the dark around the state, with Saluda and Newberry County having some of the highest outages in the Midlands, with about 80% of customers without power in Newberry and 57% in Saluda. Lexington has slightly less outages, with about a quarter of people without power. And then here in Richland County, close to 12% of customers are without electricity. Now, while many are still waiting for the lights to turn back on, gas stations and stores in Lexington are busy helping people in need after Helene. Our Shannon Taylor brings us the latest.
You know, I thought everybody was overreacting at first, but then I realized people are filling up cans for generators. And so it's not overreaction, it's necessity, and I dig that. Trying not to be angry is just, everybody's fighting the same bear, so.
People came as far as Augusta, Georgia to fill up their gas tanks and refill generators.
Gas is for the next maybe hour down the road. It's hard to get gas. There's lines all the way out to the interstate, and it's hours, 3 hours, 5-hour waits most places.
I'm getting enough fuel to run my generator because their Dominion Power is telling us we're going to be out for at least a week, and so I'm running everything on a generator, and I'm actually from Aiken.
As lines looped around several gas stations, others in need of basic necessities like food, ice, and water took advantage of open stores to stock up.
We don't have any power, no gas, no water, very limited groceries in Augusta right now. And they say we're going to be out of power till at least next Saturday, October 5th. And then the city of Augusta is having to shut off water for 24 to 48 hours starting today.
We waited in line we lived 2 minutes from a Kroger. We waited in line for 4 hours yesterday. And even when we went in there was no like cold food or anything. It was just the bare necessities for sure. So that's how we ventured out, because we were like, we need something.
This Lowe's home improvement store in Lexington says the demand for generators increased. Right now there are none in stock, but they're working to bring light to those in the dark. Shannon Taylor, News 19, WLTX.
And also tonight, several school districts have announced closures for tomorrow. As of now, that includes Richland 1, Lexington 1, Lexington 2, and Lexington Richland 5, all of which will be closed tomorrow. Then Newberry, Richland 2, and Fairfield County students will have an e-learning day tomorrow. And while they did not specifically mention school tomorrow, the superintendent for Saluda County Schools said he does not have a date on when students would return to class. Well, tonight, more and more residents in the Midlands are still grappling with that extensive damage we're seeing from Helene. We found local heroes, though, stepping up to assist neighbors in need. News 19's Corey Thompson brings us this heartwarming story.
Things were starting to build up, but it was very easy to come in. They have been great. They have everything on site. I had brought pods for my clothes, but they actually had laundry detergent and everything that you needed.
Sharon Ergo came to Cayce Outdoors in Gilbert to shower and noticed they were giving people the chance to wash their clothes. Sharon expressed how the facility has become a lifeline for the community.
These people have been absolutely wonderful. I've been here for probably about 2 hours today washing clothes. They have fed people. People have come in and taken showers. They have water, and they've just been extremely gracious.
Cayce's Outdoors is a sporting goods store owned by Chris Ferroni. He says the store is named after Jesus Christ and prioritizes customers over commerce. Since the storm hit, Chris has provided a free meal, hot showers, and laundry services for the community.
We've all been in a situation where we didn't have something to eat or whatever, so we just doing what we do. That's what we do here. In Gilbert, we all stick together. We all pick up where the other ones left off and help each other.
In addition to Cayce's Outdoors, Radius Church is assisting with recovery efforts. The campus in Lexington is collecting canned food and water and will deliver to their church in Saluda. Church members spent time over the weekend helping neighbors to clean and clear yards. John Reeves is the pastor of Radius Church. He says now is the time to uplift the community during hard times.
Whether you go to Radius or not, it doesn't matter, but we're responsible for those people in our sphere of influence. And so when times are tough, we give. We don't run away, we give.
Radius Church is still coming up with a plan to execute for the upcoming week. Even though the destruction is putting people in tough situations, people are looking on the brighter side.
I am going home. The dryer is not working, but that's okay. The sun is shining, so I'm going to go home and I'm going to put clothes out to dry.
Corey Thompson, News 19, WLTX.
I love it. What a great attitude to have. The owner of Cayce's Outdoors says that they are going to continue providing aid to the community until everyone has power. And for organizations who are also looking to give a helping hand, the Broad River Business Alliance says they could use some help. They have a semi-truck full of water from the Walmart emergency team that they need help giving out. The group has about 1,000 cases of water to give out, and they are looking for church organizations and civic groups to help pass out that water anytime today. If you're looking to help, go to 4201 North Main Street in Columbia. And if you are one of those people, many people without power, the Owens Airport has opened up a charging station. The airport is on 1400 Jim Hamilton Boulevard, and people can come and charge their devices until 8 o'clock tonight. The airport is also asking for donations of water, non-perishable food, and diapers for those in need. In addition to this, the South Carolina Department of Public Health is expanding the hours of their public information care line. If you are in need of a medical needs shelter, you can call this number on your screen. It's 1-855-472-3432. That line is open 24 hours a day until Monday, September 30th. Callers will be able to get their questions answered about any DPH services that were interrupted during the storm. As always, to stay the most informed about Hurricane Helene's impacts here in the Midlands, you can download the WLTX News app. You can track hour-by-hour forecasting and be sure to sign up for notifications. On the app, you'll get the latest weather alerts sent right to your phone. And also, don't forget to send us all of your weather-related pictures and videos. You can join our Facebook group called WLTX Weather Watchers.
And we are seeing temperatures. We're going to stay dry for the next several days other than a few isolated showers. Temperatures going to be hot though in the mid to upper 80s. We'll finally see cooling down by the end of the week, but at least we'll get plenty of that sunshine other than a few isolated storms.
Absolutely. And still tracking those weather impact alert days tomorrow, and it looks like also Tuesday, right?
Tomorrow and on Tuesday because of the river flooding.
Right, absolutely. Now, before we sign off tonight, we're going to take one last live look now in Cayce on State Street. As we saw at the beginning of the show, that area is flooded. You can see that water gushing even behind that sign there where it gives the speed limit. That is all our time for now, but thank you so much for joining us, and we will be back with more for News 19 at 11.
The news doesn't end here. Download WLTX Plus for free on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.